key of feminine magnetism and abundance. The power of receiving is what I'd really want to explore today with everybody. There is this overuse of the success and achievement model that's based on the principle of yang. And the truth is that, with this particular model, it's the more you do, the more effort and energy you put out, the more achievement you will have, the more success you will have. So, many of us operate on this yang model, and the symptom of that, if it's imbalanced and there's no yin involved with it, is the sense of burnout, chasing, stress, and anxiety. So what I want to talk about today is that, working with the yang principle of effort, action, and the doing mode, which is partially what we need for our achievements, especially as women, we're creating empires in our own ways, is you have to start to put it in the right context with the yin. And this is what we, look at the symbol of the yin and yang, where there's this harmony working together, and there's this flow of energy between the being and the doing. So that's what I want to talk about today. And just even in the Bhagavad Gita, the ancient yogic text, they talk about how there's action in action. And like, what does that mean? There's a mode of being where there's inaction, and from that mode of being, the surrender path, action happens. The doing mode, if I describe it from a place of the psychology and the physiology, it's a mode where when we're overdoing, we have an overactive nervous system, and there is excess mental energy. And I think that we can all relate to this. We go to work, we come home, we can't sleep. Our mind is going. And, especially as the feminine, when there's so much mental energy output in our day, that does not leave room and space for us to actually go into being in embodiment. And being in embodiment, especially for the feminine energy, is so important, because that's how we nourish, nurture, create, and work with intuition. So, there has been such an imbalanced way for the feminine, that there is such a rise I'm seeing in a lot of mental health challenges for women. Now, the yin state is really a state of being that comes from stillness, and that comes from cultivating an emotional well-being state of nourishment, feminine nourishment. And when we're in that space of nourishment, that's when we can, as feminine, drop into I would say that the center where our magic happens. And when we look at the scriptures around, the chakra theory and the energy anatomy, all portals of our chakra center, which are energy centers, are powerful, but there is a space of the womb where we can create a child life, but we also give birth to manifestation. And so in order for us to begin to tap into that deeper space of feminine magnetism, where it's our being state that's drawing in pleasure, drawing in success, rather than our doing state and chasing that's drawing in success. When we can enter that being state and then have the gifts come to us, whether it's a partner, a lover, an opportunity, that is when the feminine feels most fulfilled in her goddess energy. So, talking about what else to really share about divine feminine energy, what I want to talk about is the being state. Right, I'll talk about the being state, but let's get into the psychology and the energetics of being state, so that way, we know how we can enter the state.